Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd
So come on, Nerk. Let your ear listen to Chris and Kyle. Hey, 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 come on, Nerk. Nerk, Nerk. Eh?
Yeah,
Going a little Madonna.
a little bit.
Madonna.
Oh, morning. for us.
Morning. Top of the morning to ya.
Top of the morning to you.
Cha-cha-cha. Well, welcome to another edition of Every Man's Guide to Nerddom, where we are two 30 to 40-something-year-olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. You guys might know us from online on the Twitch streaming services as Guyver, Guyverunt.
You had trouble with that one, didn't you?
I got over here, over there. And myself, KSIG, K_SIG. We're both on there. We both stream occasionally when we're not doing this and other things.
Real life.
Doing the IRLs.
So
But
we are joined once again by, he's taken another week of silence for his Jedi training by Silent Koda. Thank you for joining us, Silent Koda. Do you have anything to say?
I'm gonna doodle.
All right.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you.
Thanks, Koda.
Oh, we're really excited you're with us again. Again, Silent Koda, ladies and gentlemen. He's just here to impart his wisdom on us. It helps.
Telepathically.
It is the way.
That is the way.
That is the way. So we're up for another Nerkie, and I know I said it's this week, but it's actually next week, Loki. So we'll be doing double duty coming up. But for now, we are on Bad Batch, episode 6, Decommissioned. I know I say it about all of them, but I really enjoyed this one.
I did too. I will say for the first. Okay, so I enjoyed the whole episode from beginning to end anyway, right?
Right.
I will say for the first 3/4 of the episode, I was thinking, no, this is kind of a had that filler episode feeling. Like this is gonna be, a good episode, but it may be one of those that if you want to catch the whole story, like if you want to binge watch it way down the road, it might be one of those that, okay, you can leave this one out. It's not necessary if you're trying to like rush through it until about the last, what would you say, 10 minutes maybe?
Yeah, I would say 10 minutes.
Very action-packed episode.
I
liked it.
It was a great action-packed episode, actually.
You can see that it is progressing the storyline. It is progressing a very specific thing that Silent Koda was concerned about, and then we all became concerned about, and when we get to that, you guys will see. Oh, but we always lay it out there, spoiler alert. I know some of you guys listen to this that don't even watch the show. You just kind of get your idea, Chove. But if you haven't watched the show yet and you don't want to be spoiled, go back and watch the episode and then come back and listen to us, because shit's going to get spoiled.
We're spoiling you.
You could actually pause us, go back and watch this probably 3 times, and then come back in the amount of time that it would take us to actually, do our episode coverage of it.
It's true.
It's true.
I also want to note we have a couple new likes on the Facebook page. Some people from, let's see, there was Oregon.
Nice.
There was Washington.
Nice.
Washington State. And Georgia.
Thank you, all you new people.
So thank you. We really appreciate the support. And of course, the robot vacuum vendor just started. Let me shut the door. Hold on one sec. So
Okay.
you say something.
So Chris is there to welcome his robot overlords as they clean. Oh, welcome back, Chris.
Oh, welcome back. Beep, boop, boop, boop.
That's really offensive.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That goes against toss.
What was that? That was Mitchell's versus the Machines, wasn't it? When he's like, beep, boop, boop.
Yes.
What are you doing?
And when he goes, that is really offensive.
Mhm.
Like, oh, that's such a good movie.
Yeah,
We need to talk about that one sometime.
we do.
So yeah, so this new episode's called Decommission. There is all sorts of Easter eggs in this one too.
I'm sure you'll point those out for me.
I will point them out. Actually, you will know a couple of these once I point them out.
Okay.
So because it doesn't necessarily, it references Star Wars lore, not necessarily just Clone Wars.
Okay.
So
I haven't frame by framed it yet.
So with that, we start El Streamo.
El Streamo. So in case you guys don't know, or if this is your first time listening, what we'll usually do, we watch the show again through kind of a group watch, me and Chris, and if we have any guests.
And Silent Coda for this.
And Silent Coda. And excuse me.
Our allergies are kicking our ass too. So if you hear us cough and
it's bad.
It's normal.
Dogwood
It's been
trees are
raining
blooming.
and everything, all the pollen from the Texas trees are coming up right now too.
Yep. So, but we'll take this kind of frame by frame and we break it down. That's why it usually takes us about roughly 3 times longer than whatever it is that we're watching. But we do, scene by scene breakdown, and we'll call out timestamps as we think about it. So if there's something cool that we catch, something cool in the background, you guys can go back and reference that and look at it and see it and listen to it and watch it or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys haven't, please go give our Instagram or Facebook a like. You can follow along. We post when new episodes go. If you're not part of our Discord, it's just another way you can find out when we post new content.
Yep. Join the Discord as well.
No, we'd love for you to join the Discord. If you're not a Discord person, I get that.
Yeah. If you've never used it before, it's great. Great little community tool.
You don't have to be afraid of it.
Don't be afraid. Embrace it.
Embrace it.
Embrace it and maintain eye contact.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again.
Embrace it and maintain eye contact.
Come to Butthead.
Hey, that worked out. Episode 6, entitled Decommissioned. So we're starting off on the last planet that we were at, where we found and of course I'm going to do this again in the morning. What was her name? Rhea Perlman's character. Sid.
Yeah.
Sid. We're back at the same bar, and this is kind of the debate from last episode. Was that would the gang, would the batch stick around? Would Squad 99 stick around after the last
I'm not gonna
episode?
lie. I was a little pissed when I saw her again. I was like, damn it, Chris is right. Like when it showed her, like, son of a bitch.
You don't have to get mad when I get right. I'm more wrong than often than not.
No, because I mean, I was wronger. I was
And
more
that's
wrong
true,
than
too.
you were right.
That's true. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I'll take this one.
Okay.
Small win.
Take the victory, Chris.
I will. So we see this. I want to call this character Aang from The Last Airbender walks down into the bar. It's definitely an airbender.
Definitely an airbender.
This person walks into the bar and a blaster shot, what looks like a blaster shot, goes into the wall right next to it. And they turn and run. And then you see Omega going, sorry.
Mhm.
And she's pulling back that bow that she acquired last episode, that hand bow.
Mhm.
Echo, everyone's standing around watching her, and Echo's giving her lessons on how to do it. And I mean, she's just wobbling all over the place.
Here's something that's kind of funny, slightly ironic.
Mhm.
Okay. Out of all the people helping her learn how to shoot a bow,
Right.
the guy with one hand is the one that's trying to show her how to use a bow.
But don't forget, he was an ARC trooper, though.
He was, but he can't, he can't do it. Like, he can't show her. He's going to have to tell her how to do it.
Maybe he can switch out his little
Little nubbin.
palm jackhammer. Yeah, his nub and his jackhammer for like a little claw or something.
Little fisto attachment.
Yeah, we could call him Fisto, like in He-Man.
Thinking more of, anyway.
Yeah. We know where Kyle is going with that one.
I'm wearing the appropriate shirt for it today too. I'm glad you get that reference.
Well, go watch the YouTube video if you want to see what we're referencing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, we see the slug guy. I can't remember the and Koda must have been drinking last night because the telepathic stuff I'm getting from him is garbled, so I can't recognize what the slug creature is. You guys would recognize it though. And it was the two guys from last episode who were fighting.
Yeah.
They're taking bets on whether she'll hit the target, and they're like, "You can do it, miss. Come on, miss. Shoot it." And she actually hits the target. And bullseye, pay up, and then he gets the money, the creds. And he's like, good again.
The slug guy, he's not the race I thought he was. He's similar. Well, he may be a little bit more stylized. He was similar looking to. You see the same race in the cantina scene in episode 4.
I know what you're talking about. It's the same race.
Yeah, he actually kind of speaks almost coherently a little bit here, and I thought that race in that scene was more like a.
They are, but look around his neck. Here, we'll go back. He's got a collar.
That he's got a translator
into common. See it?
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. Okay.
Yeah. No, because they don't communicate the way.
Call him Spaceworm Jim.
Spaceworm Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Spaceworm Jim. An Earthworm Jim reference for those of you who don't get it.
Come on, people.
So, and then Echo tells her good again. She's like, I've already hit it 3 times. And he's like, out of 12, that's luck, Omega, not skill. And this is very much like he's like, soldiers need to be consistent. This is very, very much like the Big Brother stuff we were talking about.
Yeah.
She hits it again, and then it hits the little holodeck. And the guy gives the money back to the slug guy.
They're betting shot for shot.
Back to the other guy. Yeah. And he's like, you need to keep practicing. And I mean, she's struggling. It hits the top, and you can tell she's getting frustrated. And Wrecker's like, not exactly a natural, is she?
Like a Hunter looked at him. He's like, yeah.
And then he gets punched by Sid. And Sid's like, I swear this is Rhea Perlman. I swear it is.
Real quick here, the sluggy, the Spaceworm Jim guy.
He's wearing a onesie.
Is he wearing a V-neck sweater onesie?
He is. It's like an 80s workout onesie.
Like a unitard, or what it is, the whatever. He's got a jumper. He's got some veiny legs too.
He's got a romper.
Yeah.
Oh, he does have veiny legs.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're currently paused at 2 minutes and 1 second if you want to see.
Super weird fingers.
You know, I didn't notice those. Chove.
Chove. Sid tells him, hey, we need to talk. And she runs out the onesie dude, onesie slug. And she's like, I assume you boys know what a tactical droid is. And they're like, they were the the operations brains of the separatist
I like this
military. Yeah, and then
he was so wanting to like impart his knowledge like he does. You know, he's the actually guy. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the actually guy, and she just like cuts him off. And
mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Oh, that was it.
Oh,
it's just me making fun of him and her.
Yeah, no, it Kyle's absolutely right. I was cracking up at this part. She's like, bah, 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 bah. This is my briefing goggles.
You see the slot machine in the background, the left, the kind of purplish blue outline.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look at the top of it. Like I don't know what it says, but it's like you see what the it's got. Is that a stormtrooper helmet? It's kind of fuzzy. Like as the header for the game. I'm moving my mouse like you can see it. So I wonder what the name of that slot is.
Oh, that is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This is a 218 ish.
Yeah.
I don't know. Good
We're already selling out to the slot machines.
So here's the first of our Easter eggs. She talks about the tactical droid. The tactical droids were the brains behind the droid, the Separatist army. With each battle, they got smarter. They learned from their mistakes, and then they shared it to the hive. the hive mind. So
Cool
these
little tidbit.
tactical droids are trained to fight clones and Jedi
Mhm.
and win. So, and then she says, this is why you're going to break into a decommissioning facility on Corellia. Do you know why Corellia is important?
Well, that's the same. I hear a lot of those class of cruisers.
The Corellian class cruiser.
Have we ever
Very
been to
famous for
Corellia?
shipbuilding.
I'm trying to think.
You know this too. I'll give you a hint. This is from one of the movies. Don't think too hard on it. It's one of the later movies.
Making me think hard. Trying to tell me not to think hard, then I'm going to think hard. Feed it to me, Chris.
That's where Han Solo's from. Corellia.
Oh,
That's where it starts off at.
okay.
On Solo.
I wasn't even thinking spin-off. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, that's where not even just spin-off. That's where Han's from.
Well, I know, but
Corellia.
you get a lot more of it in the Solo movie.
So yeah, it's if they just brought Corellia in it, I'm hoping that they're gonna bring Kira into it. That was Daenerys.
Oh,
Amelia Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they're going to bring her into the universe soon.
I think here this would not necessarily be so. Solo takes place. I'm trying to think time frame here.
Solos are. I want to say Solos around this,
Like similarly close to the same time.
maybe or maybe a little bit after. No, because the Republic's already established, or not the Republic, the Empire at the time of Solo, I believe. So this is probably.
But how long had the Empire been established in Solo?
I don't know that one.
Because they moved pretty quick. You could see,
Yeah.
as far as chain codes and everything. Getting like.
Don't quote me on this. I read somewhere that it was like a 20+ year span. From the time they went to power. I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know though. I remember that, but I'd have to find it.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. Like, I think this is still before. I mean, definitely still before the Solo movie happened. But there's
hold on.
Channel.
No, Coda doesn't know either.
But I'm just thinking of future episodes, like if there's some overlap where we may see, animated Han.
That would be awesome. Animated Chewie.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. So there's 2 Easter eggs right there. They're gonna break in, and she's showing them the facility. It's a scrapping facility, and they're destroying all the droids. They're just too dangerous.
Yeah.
And Hunter tells her, "We haven't decided if we're gonna work for me or for you yet." And she goes, "Allow me to decide for you. You're in."
Mm-hmm.
I really like Sid's character. Like, she's just shady and like doesn't take any shit.
I hope she gets off so you can't be right for the rest of the series.
Well, I mean, we got 12 more episodes,
Oh yes, 18. Okay, yep. We got a little bit to go.
so there's plenty of time for me to be wrong.
Yeah, could always be Mephisto.
I bet she is Mephisto.
Mhm.
Sid's talking about a mutually beneficial agreement. She's like, you make money, I make money, and I watch your back, which is probably not a good thing. And she tells him that just straight up, like, you guys don't have any friends. And Hunter recognizes, says, I guess we're in. I know you're in. I just told you you're in. It was awesome.
So I'm wondering if so she's the line of work that she's in. She's going to be fairly, I don't want to say cutthroat, but pretty.
Oh, I bet you she's cutthroat.
But she seems slightly partial to this group.
Well, my theory on that is I totally agree that she's slightly too completely cutthroat, but I think you had to be an information broker between the Jedi and the clones and the Separatists. And if you remember last episode, she told him, I had a good thing going with the Jedi, and then the Empire killed it.
Mm-hmm.
So she realizes that's her cash cow. So I think that's why. That's just my opinion.
It just seemed like she has taken a liking to them outside of a business relationship. Not like, romantic, but more like she's got a connection, and it may be because of Omega.
She's gonna seduce Tech. Come here, Goggles.
Let me fog them up for you. You're not going to do nothing with that little limp noodle guy.
and here starts the divulgence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it happens about
little-
every episode. Something goes downhill. We get off rails, and then we end up down the gutter.
10-minute dick conversation.
Mm-hmm. Those happen.
Whether or not clone troopers can poop.
They can poop. They eat, so they got to poop.
We have never established this.
I swear. We haven't established that anything poops in this universe.
They have this.
Well,
what, do we know that?
something surely has pooped.
Yeah, the humans. I bet the lizard lady leaves like little nuggets, little raisinets, like on her log or something, or her heat lamp.
She's got a little terrarium in the back.
Can someone put some water in here for me?
It's not humid enough.
Some water. Water. Sid tells her, and you're releasing too soon because of those weak noodle arms. She grabs the bow, says, build up your strength, and fires 3 off rapid fire. She says it's over. Hit the bullseye. And Omega's just in shock.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, we see this transport ship going in, and the Bad Batch is hanging upside down by the mag clamp.
Mm-hmm.
Upside down. And
the old sneaky bat maneuver.
Well, it's the sneaky bat maneuver, and this is one of the oldest tricks. This is another Easter egg that they've used in Clone Wars, that they used in Star Wars.
I say the Falcon's done it.
Uh-huh. So this is another Easter egg for you all.
I don't remember exactly when the Falcon did it, but I remember the Falcon doing it.
They did it to get into, was it in A New Hope when they used it to sneak into the facility?
Maybe.
Or was it Empire Strikes Back?
I don't remember. I just remember it being like...
I think it's Empire Strikes Back. But yeah, Kyle's right.
I remember some things. There's my yawn.
What was that?
I remember some things.
I remember some things. He was about to break into a Monty Python song.
Remember. Yeah.
Because he remembers.
Because I don't forget. But then I do.
The more you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Omega's asking him, why is a tactical droid more important than the other droids? And it's the same reason we told you. They fought and they learned. They know how to kill Jedi, and they know how to kill clones. So this is, with the clones serving the Empire, it's information is power. Mm-hmm. So they're talking about how they're just going to get in there, and then, they unclip and then fly in. To me, I think I would know if a spaceship just landed in the dock.
Yeah. Somebody's slacking.
They're just not paying attention.
Mm-mm.
This is piss poor management.
And then, several heavily armed troopers emerge from it, and one tiny person. Not suspicious at all.
No, move along. Move along.
Nothing to see here.
Next thing you know, we see these droids, they're sneaking, and we see these droids chattering, and it's the police droids.
What do you think they're talking about?
He's like, I don't know. Do you think he's going, I had this hot date last night. I had to get lubed up for it. It was most uncomfortable.
They're probably just talking about the weather. Man, it's hot today, Jim. Mm-hmm.
Did you take her dancing?
Did you do the
robot?
Yeah.
We did.
Of course you did. I think I have the robot, don't I? Do I have the robot? Oh, I do have the robot. Okay, so it's not the same as you. We're not gonna. Anyway,
hit FX and then just robot and keep everything the same. Then we can be like, so Jim, how was your date?
oh, it was uneventful.
Why uneventful?
She lacked personality. Son of a bitch.
Welcome to ETGN.
Yep.
Welcome to a typical
Or
episode.
EGTN, if we
Or
want
EGTN, if you want to say it right.
to. We've only been
If you-
doing this for 38 episodes or however long it's been.
I think this is going to be 34.
4 or 5.
I think it's 34.
Yep.
We're getting there. For the 50th, we're going to do something fun.
Yeah.
I don't know what yet, but we'll do something fun. Well, they're sneaking along. They're sneaking along.
Sneaky, 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 sneaky.
And I really like Tech's armor. I don't know why. Tech says they're operating on a quadrant scanned. So basically they can find if they time it right, they can hit their blind spots.
Mhm.
And then next thing you know, they're climbing up this ladder. Record goes, uh-oh, looks up, because Record does not like heights.
Okay, and that's what I kind of got from that. Like, does not want to do that at all.
No, he does not like heights.
He's
They
a big
climb
guy.
up.
That's a lot to fall.
Well, he's huge. And then he looks, I like the way he looks down size, and then he looks down and runs in real quick.
Mhm.
Next thing you know, we're inside the factory, and they are just melting droids left and right. And these are your separatist droids from 1, 2, and 3. These are the clankers. These are the battle droids. There's all sorts in there. The guys emerge, basically knock out a worker, start looking around, and they're just looking at the conveyor belts, just looking for any sign of this tactical droid. It tells Record, he's giving them locations. You go here, you go here, you go. Record, you go look at up top, and Record groans again. Said, but being a lookout was Crosshair's job. And Hunter tells him that wasn't a request. And Omega's like, what should I do? And he's like, you just stay here and just look out. You look at that.
Yeah, we'll give you something to stay occupied.
And then they all go by, and Record looks at Omega and groans again and runs off. Which shows that he's a good soldier. He does what he's told.
Foreshadow.
Dun, dun, dun. They're, I could describe this whole part, but basically they're just sneaking around. Some workers find them. They get stunned.
A lot of sneaking, a lot of booping.
And that's
Stunning.
literally what this is for about 30 seconds. They make it to the panels. And then Echo, plugs in like RoboCop like he does. And then he goes, there's a tactical droid registered, but it's only one. The rest have already been destroyed. So that just upped the timetable for them that they cannot fail at this one.
How convenient they got there just in time for that last one to be destroyed.
I know, super convenient.
Mm-hmm.
And then they found out it was already scrapped 2 days ago, and they left. End of episode.
Game over, man.
Game over.
Sid's upset. Nobody gets paid.
Sid probably starts slapping Tech around when they're in bed.
They're little. Does she have a tail?
Yeah, I think she does.
She probably
Wait.
does.
I think she does. I think it's like a small tail, though. I think it's like Harry's tail.
Well, the size of the tail doesn't matter.
No, it
How
doesn't.
she swings it.
It's how she swings it. I can say it's Harry's tail because he told us he does not have time to listen to every episode. So we're going to see which ones that he pays attention to.
Yeah, Harry.
Harry, we love you. Omega actually finds the droid in question, and its head is detached from its body.
Which would make this more convenient if you think about it. Like if they were going to have to detach the head, like if it was still all one piece, this actually helps.
Imagine how much of a pain in the ass that was. Like, Wrecker, here, pull this off. Aww,
Arr.
why me?
Watch your head.
Dun dun dun. You guys will get why we think we're funny here later in the show. Omega tells him the droid's already in pieces, and you see some feet walking behind her. And then she looks through the binoculars again, and someone grabs the head and runs off.
Get the football.
Like, it's a football. Go. It's the foosball, Bobby Boucher.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I am going, Omega's like, I'll get her. And Hunter tells, you're going to stay there. And then out pops that figure that was behind her.
I like how, well, we're almost there. I'll comment when we get there.
Okay. Let's keep it going. He tells her stay out of sight. And the worker's like, I don't think so. Very obvious female voice at this point.
Mm-hmm.
She says, whoa, take it easy, kid. And it is a girl. She said, I don't want to hurt you, but you're getting in the way. And then next thing you know, with her helmet off, we see that is Rafa. Rafa, you would know this one.
Okay.
This is from the last season of Clone Wars. Rafa and her sister Trace, Martez, are part of this smuggling group. They're smugglers, like Han was from Corellia. And we last saw them when they rescued Ahsoka when she was lost. So Ahsoka hung with them for a long time, hanging out. So this is our Jedi hookup, I guess, bringing them back into the fold.
Yeah.
So they're friends with Ahsoka, which gives me hope that we may see Ahsoka sometime in this series.
What I did like from this little scene is how quickly Omega just like drew down on her.
Mm-hmm.
There was no hesitation. There was like
almost like she was a real soldier.
Yeah. Best way to put that. Yeah. She didn't hesitate at all. She's not thinking like she's a kid just there. She's part of the team and she's doing her part.
Yep. I agree. Omega's telling her, don't answer that. So we can assume this other figure is Trace at this point. Tech and then find her, and then she pulls up her helmet. Yep, and it's Trace. And Omega is really wobbly, and Rafa looks at her and she's like, "Your arms look a little wobbly there."
Mm-hmm.
And she knows she can get her at this point. Like that look she got is almost that aha moment. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're doing fine. You win.
You're great.
You're
doing great. She's like, lower the bow. Omega starts to lower it. She grabs it and fires a wild shot, and then out pops the steam, and it's right next to Record. The point he goes, uh-oh. You hear one of the workers go, we've got blaster fire. They're on high alert now. And then next thing you know, they get spotted.
Mm-hmm.
And they put it in a lockdown, the whole factory. Everything shuts down, and in comes the police droids.
All the workers scatter because, above their pay grade. They're union.
Yeah. They're union. Workers union. Or no. Those are humans, aren't they?
Probably.
Do you think one of them goes, I'm too old for this shit?
Getting too old for this shit.
Getting too old for this shit. I'm close to retirement.
That's probably would have been one of the ones that got.
You know what?
He was 4 days from retirement.
He's 4 days from retirement. If you, the first one to respond in our Discord with what movie that was from, that line, you have to quote that line and what movie that was from. I will give you a $5 Amazon card.
Ooh.
I know that's not much,
Discord
but you
right
know what?
now.
That's
Hold on. Let me pull up the Discord.
You get lots of games anyway. But how about that for our listeners? Just as kind of a thank you.
If you're paying attention, Chof.
If you're paying attention. No, Harry. Chof pays
Oh, yeah,
attention.
Harry.
Chof does pay attention.
Chof does pay attention. He pays a lot of attentions.
He does. Thank you, Chof. So yeah, $5 gift card. First one to respond to this. In the general chat, or actually in the Nerkie chat episode discussion, Nerkie one.
Just tag Chris in it.
Yep. And I have a $5 gift card for you. The police droids come down. They're doing the droid chatter, and then she tells Omega, grab a weapon, and they start getting shot at from the side, and it's Wrecker. Wrecker's like, get a move on.
With that little short gun, too. Like, he's popping them from a pretty good distance.
So what kind of gun do you think that would be equivalent to? Not like a shotgun.
No, it was like a little submachine gun type
You think
thing.
that's what it is?
Like yeah.
Like a repeater?
Like a little,
That wouldn't be a repeater.
like a, I don't know, trying to think of it, like a UMP or a Vector or something like that. Just like a little short rifle.
Short rifle.
Mhm.
This
Short
is my
machine.
rifle. This is my gun. This is for shooting. This is for fun.
You won't hear that in these episodes, more than likely.
No.
Of the show. I mean, us, yeah.
You'll hear it from us all the time, but so you guys notice we are moving a lot faster in this one. We're 8 minutes into the episode already. I mean, it's we're still 25 plus minutes into the show.
That's an action-packed episode, too.
Yeah, because there's not a shit ton of dialogue in this one. There's stuff to break down.
But there's a lot of important things that end up happening.
Right.
Stick with us.
So stick with us. When I pause, if you find a good scene, let me know so I can screenshot it.
Okay.
Omega's like, I'm going after her, and Hunter's like, no, we've already got the head. Stay put. And she goes, Rafa, I have the package. Meet me here. Hunter tells them, I'll get the package. You guys get this lockdown lifted. And Omega's chasing after Rafa right now. Or no, it's Trace.
So many levels of things.
There's a lot going on this scene. Basically, what happens is they get cornered by a police droid. They throw the head onto the conveyor belt. And I think it's Rafa. She's about to get shot, and the droid goes down, and it's Hunter. And she looks at him, hope you're not expecting gratitude. And Hunter goes, should I have let the droid shoot you? So they're keeping in the spirit of the Clone Wars again. These characters are exactly how they were when the last time we saw them.
Okay.
They are they're orphans who are tough as nails, raised on the streets, don't take shit from anyone. But they're kind-hearted, as you could tell, because they could have killed Omega in a heartbeat, but they didn't.
So now they're working together. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Unintended teamwork.
So they're keeping the droids busy, and then Omega and I think it's Rafa are going after the head, and Omega grabs it, runs off, does this cool little flip. Echo's like, nice work, now hang tight, and then he gets the system powered down. And Tech goes, you shorted out the entire system. And he's like, well, I had to get past this lockdown, but we need to reboot the system. And they tell Wrecker, get to the main control panel. And Wrecker goes, and then he looks, and it's this huge gap. And he tells them, I can't reach it. And they're like, Tech tells them it's the only way to reboot the entire facility. Just figure it out.
What is it with this galaxy and keeping your control panels on precariously placed central towers?
I don't know. Like, it's so bad.
Really bad design decision.
Real bad design. Real bad design.
Real bad. Real bad.
Real bad. Wrecker's just like easy for you to say because he's high up and below him brings a whole new meaning to the floor is lava.
Because it's lava.
Because it is actually lava.
Molten droids.
Wrecker's not happy with the situation. And he just sighs again, that deep sigh. He sees this, it's one of those crane arms like from the arcade where you pump in like $10 and you don't get anything because like it like doesn't actually hold anything.
Well, this being Disney and all these conveyor belts, I kept expecting to like look down in a corner and you would see like Woody and Jesse and like this bear chasing them. Like, wait,
Yeah.
ultimate crossover.
Which, by the way, that one was the most frightening out of all four of them. We're talking about Toy Story.
Yeah. That was 2, right? Yeah, that was 2. Was that 3?
It was 3.
It was 3.
Yeah. 2 was the one where they introduced Jesse and Bullseye and all them. That was the prospector. Next thing you know, they're telling him, hurry, and Wrecker just groaning. He grabs the
claw.
The claw. Wait, we gotta do that.
You got something for that?
The claw. Oh, you gotta maybe a little higher. The claw.
Pretty close.
Close. I'll work on it.
We'll get there.
The claw. He swings across and then he hits his head. He's got so much momentum, he hits his head. But it's suspiciously in the same spot on the right part of his head that he's been holding for the past 3 episodes.
Yep.
And
okay.
He's just groaning. Yep.
So when this happened,
right,
I was like, okay, they're just like, we had Koda's theory, right?
Right.
And I was buying into that. And then when this happens, like, okay, this is just going to be a running gag now. That he's just going to hit his head every episode, and it's going to be something. What I thought right here, what I thought later, or what happened later changes that. But at this point, I thought, oh, it's just going to be a running gag kind of thing.
Where he always hits it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, we got snowed. But then, no, I don't think.
Not at all.
You'll see. Or hear.
Wrecker pulls the lever and starts the reboot process. Everything starts moving again. Omega trips and lands under, looks like a super battle droid. No, it's a regular clanker. Just a battle droid. And her foot's stuck. She can't get out. Rafa grabs the head and runs. And Tech's telling Wrecker the system's online. Now get out of here. And then Wrecker's going, oh, my head. And he's on the ground. And then he starts whispering.
Yeah.
Like, you do this part. I know you wanted to talk
when he
about
starts
this.
whispering, good soldiers. And then I was like, oh, shit. Nope. It's not a bit.
I was literally standing up at this point, yelling at the TV. I go, no, it's too soon for him to turn. And I just thought, once Wrecker turns, they are fucked. They've got a sharpshooter after him. And then someone with like these super good eyes. And now they're going to have the strongest clone.
Yeah, I'm going to have the tank after him. The walking tank.
The one who fist fought a Rancor and won.
I mean, it was a juvenile Rancor, but still.
But it was still a Rancor.
Yeah.
You and I tried it. We'd just be slapping it. I'd challenge it to a duel. Call it Suh. Wrecker gets up. He's getting shot up by police droids, and they shoot him at this point, and Wrecker is down. And he's just mumbling good soldiers and then passes out.
Yeah, well, he whacks his head again when he falls. That same side.
Oh, it is.
Watch how he falls. He falls to that side. Clank.
So something's going on with Wrecker. And then, Hunter and Trace are still getting shot at. They're basically back to back. And he asks her, why do you want the tactical droid? And she's like, none of your business, clone. So something important to note that you didn't know is that Trace and Rafa, they hate the Republic. They don't trust the troopers. So my guess is they hate the Empire because no one ever did anything for them.
Right.
So this is just kind of spilled over.
Let's see that. Okay.
More of a firefight coming up, and then Trace tells her Rafa. Oh no, I got that backwards. It was Rafa's with Hunter. Trace is down. She's like, I got the helmet, and then Omega's still up there grunting because she's trapped. She's headed for the lava bath.
Yep.
And Rafa sees her and is like, oh crap. She did the and then Omega says, Hunter, I'm stuck on the conveyor belt. I need help. And then Hunter's like, I'm on my way. There's this little grappling hook up. And he's gonna save Omega at all cost. Yeah. And she goes, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm taking down the support beams.
He tells her to follow her too, though. At that point, she's like, well, who put you in charge? But he's, he doesn't want any extra collateral damage, I guess, or,
He's just trying to accomplish the mission.
Yeah.
And save Omega. So I guess it's a twofer. He brings down the support panel, gets rid of the police droids after them.
Omega I was stressing out at this point when she's on the edge of the conveyor belt. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, well, they're okay. They're going to save her like last second before she, tumbles and rolls over the edge. And like, oh, she's on the edge. Okay, he's getting ready to grab her.
He was far away.
Yeah.
And she is literally like, she's got her legs over and she's, doing like the military crawl, except on a conveyor belt with just her arms. Which, at this point I was like, oh shit, she's got those little limp noodle arms that can't even pull a bow. How's she going to stay afloat on this?
I'm like, he'll save her off the conveyor belt. And gunfight. And then she falls. I'm like, ah!
Yep. And she actually fell into there.
I think that metal would be a lot harder than.
But it was turned off, so I wonder if it's like a system.
I don't know. I mean, you can see the glowy underneath. You would think that would transfer the
still
heat.
Hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everything starts melting. And I think it's Rafa.
One of them.
One of the sisters, she grabs some. She's like, come on. And Omega grabs one of the clinker's legs and she gets almost pulled up. Hunter has to come and help pull her up.
Yeah.
Says, we got you, kid. And just the look of relief on Omega's face. And, she's like, hey. And Hunter's like, tells her, thank you. And it's just kind of a moment between them all. It's so, they're not out to actually kill each other. They were there for a mission.
That might be a good episode screenshot where you're paused right now.
Right here? Actually, I like that.
We're paused at 14:12.
Actually, that is a really good shot, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That might be our cover for our next episode. So, next thing you know, we got more stuff going on and sisters are together and she's like, oh, I'm fine. Don't worry about me or anything. There's the comic relief and a droid, comes up behind her and she shoots it. It's gone. She's like, as you can see, the tactical droid is ours. And Hunter's like, we'll debate this later. If we want to get out of here, we need to work together. And she tells him, fine, but I still don't like you.
I like that. Like, well, we're going to do this, but.
Yeah, well, I don't like you. And he's like, yeah,
I don't have to like you to do this.
And then Echo and I keep wanting to call him Goggles now. Tech, they're pinned down and they're calling for Wrecker because they need help. They're like, Wrecker, come in. And Wrecker is still knocked out. He starts waking up and he's just going, yeah, he's like, no. He knows what's happening.
Yeah.
And like Wrecker, and then you hear Crosshair's voice. This is what I thought was interesting in the background. He says, you hear Crosshair's voice and it says, good soldiers follow orders.
Yep.
and grunting. You know, it's just, there's a lot of grunting from Wrecker this episode. Baby boobs. I mean, they're pinned down. This situation looks pretty bleak right now at this point. Because there's a lot more police droids than there were of them.
Yeah. They thinned a lot of them out. They just keep sending them in, though.
Like, how much does this factory have? And then I thought about it. I'm like, well, if they're actually patrolling this area, Corellia was a high crime planet anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Well, and if this is the droid decommission facility, they probably have all the police droids. Like, okay, we're just going to use you guys till it's time for you to, yeah.
Well, and because there's a lot of military secrets in here that they don't want out.
Mm-hmm.
So, good point.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Real good stuff. And then they said, oh, look, a larger wave is about to approach. And the group doesn't know how they're getting out at this point. And then the sisters go, we need a diversion. And then the other sister goes, what we need is a diversion. And she just kind of looks at Omega and rolls her eyes. I liked that part. Hold on. This part, I was cracking up at.
Just the eye roll part?
Yeah. What we need is a diversion. We need a diversion. What we need is a diversion. And she looked at Omega and she goes,
yeah, this part.
Is there an echo in here? And then all of a sudden Echo comes down and goes, yes.
It's just like, boop, right there.
Yep. She's like, what? He goes, I'm Echo. And she's like, really? Okay, Echo, we need a distraction. And I just thought that part was great.
That was good.
I really did.
Good point. Like, because it's a high stress scene and there's a lot going on. A little levity was great right there.
Right. It was, yeah, I agree. That was a good break.
Yeah.
That was a really good break. She's like, he can help. And they grab the strategy droid's head.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're rewiring it basically. She's like, we need an army to get out of here. And we happen to have one. And she points at all the droids, like the super battle droids getting ready to get melted. Echo's like, if you activate those clankers, they'll start shooting at us. She's like, not if we're controlling the droid who's controlling them. So it's my, what is it? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I think that's right. I'm going to go with it being right.
They started getting the droid back up and he's like, basically can't boost signal, too low of power.
They conveniently had everything they needed right then.
Isn't that weird?
Isn't it funny how that works out?
Tech goes, it'll work once we boost the signal. And he's like, here, this will help me access the program. Here's another one that will give it some power. It's like, how much are you stuffing in there, Tech?
It's just kind of like the never-ending bag of goodies.
It's what it is. It's a bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
And
Rector's still trying to get up.
And Omega's using her comm. It's like, Wrecker, do you copy? And Wrecker's just now getting up. And she's like, Wrecker, where are you? We need your help. And at this point, what did you think at this point?
I thought he was just changed now.
I did too.
Yeah.
I thought at this point he was getting ready to go Wreck-It Ralph on him.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to wreck it.
I'm going to wreck it.
Good soldier wrecks it.
Good. That's what Wrecker yells when he's at the brothels. Wah, wah, wah.
I'm going to wreck it.
I'm going to wreck it. And then he goes, I'm on my way. And again, I didn't know at this point whose side he was going to be on.
Mm-mm. No,
because
no idea.
Very ominous the way he said it too.
Yeah.
They're like, we just need a little bit more time, just something. And then all of a sudden the lead police droid gets taken out and Wrecker jumps from 4 levels up and just literally, pardon the pun, but one-man wrecking crew.
It's true though. It's like he was waiting for this.
He was. He goes, it's Wrecker's time to shine now.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, Wrecker is the popular one. Next thing you know, Tech's going, hold on. Data exchange is nearly complete, and he's punching in on his little iPad there.
Mm-hmm.
takes off the thing, and then the droid powers up. Like, okay, look right there. You see the lights, the way that they did the lights, how it's
Yeah.
kind of reflecting off of her. Like, that's just the attention to detail that this show does.
Really cool. There's a lot of little things in the background that just probably don't get noticed, and
It's great.
I like how his insignia on the side is his helmet. I've never noticed this. It's kind of like 8-bit-y
Oh,
looking.
it is 8-bitty.
Yeah, 8-bitty. Like everything else is super detailed, and his is kind of nerdy looking.
It is. I like that. I never noticed that either. 1658 for those of you who want to follow along.
Yep. We're on the downhill slide.
Oh, this would be a good picture too. Them looking into the droid's face. Why have you wronged me? Okay. She tells her, activate the battle droids, command them to attack all the police droids. And then you hear this affirmative, and all of a sudden, the droids start activating.
Mm-hmm.
How good is the battery life on these things?
Very, very good.
Really good.
Really good battery life. It's the first time we've seen the droids in action in a while. These droids.
Long while.
Roger, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, Roger. They're all getting up, and then one of the droids gets up with only one, or with no hands. And they're like, where are we? Oh, how do they do it? They do the, where are we? I don't know.
Roger. Oh, I don't.
Roger, Roger.
That's a good Roger, Roger.
The one with no hands jumps down there and jumps on top of one of the police droids. And I mean, it's the same. Best way to describe them, kooky battle droids.
Yeah.
That we've seen.
They're not the most, trying to think the word I want to use here.
French toast.
They're not the most French toast of droids.
I see.
Yeah. I can't think of the word I want to use. Anyway, they're not the most smooth acting. There we go. They're, like I said, wonky is probably the best word to use for it.
Wonky, yeah. Yep, I'll go with that. Echo's just in amazement. He's like, I never thought I'd be seeing droids helping us. I don't think any clone's ever seen this. And Hunter's like, that's our cue. Let's move out. And the droids are just moving through here. And it's like, mission accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
And then we hear R7, we're ready for pickup. And we hear a whistle.
Omega finds her bow.
Omega finds her bow. Like, this, the look on her face. She's super happy. And then next thing you know, they turn the corner and there's a shit ton of droids.
Yeah. The head gets shot up.
Mm-hmm. What'd you think at this point?
I thought it was awesome seeing Omega using her bow. I didn't even catch that at first that was the head that got shot up. I just saw the sparks and all that until they get back to the ship and they realize the damage. But I was just mostly impressed with them working together and finally getting to see like Omega be confident in shooting that bow.
Yeah,
that made me happy.
So to me, this is kind of like the clones in general. They really shine in battle. Like the special clones.
Yeah. They're
Rey,
special.
Cody, Rex, all of them. Wolf. And it's all the named clones too, it seems.
Well, you have to be special to get a name.
Well, I mean, that's why you're Kyle.
Mm-hmm. So I got a name. I'm special.
Because he is special.
Yeah.
Everyone tell him he's special in chat.
Please. I need the confidence boost.
He needs the daily affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wouldn't take my advice on day Z and start throwing poop at any survivors.
I couldn't find any poop to throw. If there was poop available, I would have thrown poop.
And plus, that would be meta.
Nah, I would have done it anyway. I think you can in Scum. I think Scum you can throw poop.
You can throw poop?
I know you poop in Scum and pee.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have to bury it?
I don't know.
Or you just
I've never played Scum, but I've watched the gameplay of it. Poop and pee are involved.
Oh, I might have to play that now. Someone would ask us, why are you, but your character in the video game is pooping and peeing. Right. But you can do that in real life. Right.
I think you poop in Ark too. I think.
Didn't you really?
I think you do. I think of other games that you poop in. Pretty sure you do in Scum.
It kind of intrigues me.
I think Ark, you got to poop. It just happens. It's not like, you know, you have to press a button like you're just walking.
And it just falls out.
There's a poop back there.
There's a Mr. Hanky.
Mm-hmm. I think that's how that works.
Okay,
It's been a bit, so don't quote me on it.
Don't quote him. They're running back to the ship. They all get on, and ironically, did it look to you like the battle droids, super battle droids, had their arms up to... Do you think they were trying to escape with them or trying to kill him? I think they were trying to kill him at that point because the command droid,
Oh, yeah, because it got destroyed.
Destroyed, yeah. And then they're programmed to kill clones. I think that's what happened. They're leaving, and the next thing you know, here's our next Easter egg.
Okay.
This is a green R7 droid, astromech. This looks exactly like Ahsoka's astromech droid, which is also an R7.
Okay.
Does this mean that they're working for Ahsoka at this point?
Oh, because they were working for somebody, which they talk about that here in a second.
Yeah. So Ahsoka ends up in Rebels being a major player in the underworld. Makes me wonder, you know, are they in line with Ahsoka? Did they do this job for Ahsoka? Because Ahsoka is one of the few that knows the real truth of what Order 66 was.
Yeah.
Because she survived it. And then, you know, Wrecker's holding his head again. Like, with all the, as much as he's holding his head in these 3 episodes we've seen, do you think, like, how dense do you think the rest of the batch is?
Extremely. Like, how have you not noticed? Yeah.
He's going around groaning, going, oh.
Oh. Or maybe they just think he's just being dramatic Wrecker.
Like, get in. We're going shopping, Wrecker.
Mm-hmm.
Quit crying. Next thing you know, the sister's like, oh, all that work for nothing. And Omega points out whoever sits by her isn't going to be happy. She goes, let me get this straight. You knew this was dangerous, the information on the tactical droid is, but you didn't know who you were giving it to? And Hunter just says, we're being paid to acquire and deliver, not ask questions. That's a very good soldier mentality. And I guess a merc mentality, too.
Well, that's where they are now. They're mercs.
Yeah. I guess they are full mercs at this point, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then the sisters tell him our contact needed that information to fight it back against the Empire, which, even though they're smugglers, they're on the side of right on this one.
Right.
And she's like, they're trying to help people make everything better. And Tech just kind of looks at Hunter and she's like, why aren't you fighting for the Empire? You know, isn't that what you clones do now? And he's like, not all of us. We're different.
We're different.
She's like, yeah, I've heard that before. Because they have been told that a lot. Next thing you know, they're getting off the ship and they're saying their goodbyes. And she's like, you should come visit us sometime, Omega's telling them.
It's like, I need friends that aren't these guys. Because they almost got me killed a lot.
And that's what it is. And she goes, isn't that port of Ord Mantell?
Mm-hmm.
Or Ord Mantell. A little seedy. I swear I need to look that up. But I think that's where Han was doing all those boosting at the beginning of Solo.
Maybe I might watch Solo after this and then come back and edit.
I might need to too. Okay. A lot of people didn't like it. I loved Solo. I really loved Solo. Like, that's why I'm disappointed there's not a 2 and 3. They're not finishing it up.
Oh.
I really liked it. You can fight me on that one, but that's my opinion. Like I said, you know, we always invite healthy conversation, but don't be a dick. Don't be a typical fanboy. No, it's the worst movie ever, and nothing can sway my opinion. Talk to someone about it.
Give us a reason why.
Hughes is really good about starting discussion. Props is B-Rob, Justin, all those guys, they're all really good about starting that kind of stuff. Like, throw it out there. We'll debate you. We'll tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah, but don't just say it's stupid and then leave it at that.
Yeah, everyone's got their opinions. Again, don't be a dick. That's kind of our role for our community.
Back up your opinions and statements.
So yeah, that's all we ask.
Yeah.
Because we we give each other shit all the time, but that's what I like about our little community. It's we can have a discussion, and you can tell why. And no one tells anyone you're an idiot for saying it that way. It's like, okay, cool. I don't agree with you, but that's your opinion.
Well, you're an
And
idiot
you're
for
wrong.
saying it that way.
Yeah. Which Lord knows that could be said for 99% of the shit I say and post, but
yeah, but it's all in good fun. We do rib each other a lot.
safe
Like a lot.
community.
We give each other a lot of shit. Playing together, everything like that. And somebody said something a little while back, and I don't think it's anybody who's playing with us. Maybe somebody in chat or in Discord or something like that says something about being mean. Like, you guys are mean to me. Like, if we ever stop being mean to you, that means we don't like you.
Yeah.
As long as we're being mean and giving you crap, as long as everybody's doing that, then you're in a good spot.
I would say it's not personal when we're giving each other shit, but it is a lot.
Yeah, but
just
not
because we know each other pretty well.
Not always in a bad way. I mean, sometimes like we know how to push the buttons. Like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Let's get him worked up.
Right.
Yeah, that's usually a group effort.
It is a group effort. She said, very, hit back. Omega's like, very, it's great. They're like, keep working on that bow. And they're like, bye. Like, bye, Omega.
Back to my seedy place.
Hunter gives them the stick and said, here, tech copy the tactical droid's intel on this before, it got it destroyed. And she's like, why are you giving this to us? And like, you're going to use it for the right reasons. She's like, maybe you are different. He's like, things are just clearer when we were soldiers. Like, you can tell he misses their old life.
Yeah. So did Tech keep a copy then?
I guarantee you he did.
Okay. Like any good nerd, he's going to have a backup of his backup.
A backup. It's in the cloud.
Yeah.
They take off, and this could be another Easter egg. I love that ship that they're in, by the way. This could be another Easter egg. So the sisters are taken off. They're with the R7. And then patch them through R7. And they said him. And it says, we acquired the tactical data from the droid, and we had help. It was a squad of rogue clones, and I know where to find them.
So that got me a little...
You might want to know.
Yeah. That got my wheels turning. Because, like, I don't know, like, were they... Now it makes you wonder who they were working for.
So I've got two theories.
Okay, I mean, you have your Ahsoka theory.
But it's not Ahsoka at the point they said. Well, I think they still might be working with Ahsoka, but they didn't talk to her in that comm.
Okay.
Because they said him, patch him through.
Okay.
So I think it could either be Bail Organa, Leia's mom or dad, who was part of the Senate in 1, 2, and 3, huge supporter during Rebels of the Rebels, or Darth Maul, who we know at the end of season 7 in the Clone Wars is head of all the underground shit. And, the Empire tried to have him killed. The Emperor did. So that's who I think.
You think we'll see the next episode?
I don't think it'll be next episode. I bet we're going to see it within 2 episodes, though.
When do you think we're going to see Wreck return? Or do you think he is going to turn, or you think they'll finally wisen up and be like, oh, he's acting weird and his head hurts? Maybe.
I think Wrecker will turn next episode. I don't think they're going to notice, just at how fast it's progressing now. and they're not noticing. And now he's hearing the voices from Crosshair. He's saying it. I think
We haven't
it's
seen
next
Crosshair in
episode.
what, like 3 episodes now?
I bet he'll be back next episode.
About time for him to come back.
Yeah, with the Death Troopers. I bet he'll have a whole new batch of Death Troopers. That's my guess. What do you think?
I think we see. I don't know. I like the idea of seeing Crosshair next episode. He's due to come back.
Mhm.
They've kind of alluded to some of his stuff here and there. Like was the episode before this, they gave Omega his communicator. This one they made
Mhm.
Wrecker do his job. So maybe we'll, either they're just saying enough to keep him fresh in our minds while they're going through the episodes, or he's showing up again next episode.
Right. So, what do you think the future holds for our unit?
I'm still going with tragedy at the end.
That's where I'm going to at this point.
Yeah.
I don't want it to because I'm vested in them.
Yeah.
But I think they're all going to turn at the end.
Yeah. I think it would be, I don't know, you're going to have a lot of pissed off people if they do that, though. But
that's what they do.
That'd be a very realistic ending to it.
Mhm.
To not always have the good, feel good, happy. If they do it right, know what I mean?
Right. But that's kind of what Star Wars is known for. Shitty, tragic stuff. And then it all turns out in the end. It just takes, 40 years.
Yeah, takes a little bit of time, but it gets there.
So
balance eventually shows up.
Well, once it does. So, we haven't done this in a while. Kyle, what are you watching or reading this week?
This week I started watching a documentary on black holes, and it was basically using the combined power of multiple telescopes across the globe to like amplify their telescopic power to better view black holes. I didn't get all the way through that, but I may go finish that up later today.
Oh, that's cool.
And I haven't read anything yet. I'll probably do some reading this week because I'm gonna be out on the road for work several days. So
I started watching Sweet Tooth on Netflix.
I saw that pop up as a recommended thing.
It's good. I mean, it's already changed a little bit from the comic, but so far it's really good. We only got through one episode. It's really good.
I thought about watching that with my oldest kid. I was going to watch a couple episodes and try to see if it was, early teen friendly or not.
It depends. So just from what you've told me about her, she's watched some pretty kind of messed up stuff anyway. As does that age group.
I use Stranger Things as the litmus test. That's what she watches, and if it's not any,
it goes along that, because Sweet Tooth takes if it follows along with the comic, a really, really dark turn.
Okay.
But it's good.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing. Did you learn anything this week?
I learned not to totally not. Okay, so I'm like I learned to not like totally knock some like home remedy stuff. I believe in like modern medicine and all that stuff works. With my youngest one, he has issues with dry skin on his back, a big, blotch thing back there. And been putting medicine on it, like lotion and all this stuff to help dry it, not dry it out, but keep it from drying out because it itches and it bugs him. And a friend of mine from work, his wife started making like goat's milk soap with essential oils and oatmeal and all this stuff in it. And they're like, oh, it's supposed to be really good for dry skin. I'm like, okay, well, I'll try it. And I'll give it to me, and I take it back home and let the little guy use it for the, one night, and it was like almost instantly gone. Where it usually would take several days of treatment with his ointment and all that stuff to moisturize him back up. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe some of the good old natural treatments got some credence.
That's good to know.
It was nuts how fast it did it.
Texting Lily right now about that because our youngest has eczema really bad. So I'm gonna try that.
Yep.
See, when we learn something and tell you guys, hopefully you guys might learn a little something.
Yep.
I learned that putting up a water slide, one of those big ones for kids, is really easy to do. Taking one down and putting it in that damn little storage bag is not as fun to do.
I still don't think it was totally for the kids.
Oh,
You
it
sent me
is
pictures of the
because-
kids playing on it, but I didn't see. I know there had to be. You tested it.
No, I couldn't because there's actually a weight limit, and I was way over that.
Ah,
But there's a little wading pool, and to be fair, that water was freezing. Both the girls' lips were blue by the end, but they just going up and down. They loved it.
kids will do that.
Yep. So not me.
They'll plow right through hypothermia to have a good time.
Not me. That shrinkage hits. I'm good. I'm good. So, once again, join us next week for episode 7 of Bad Batch. And we'll find some. We're gonna have to find some time too. We might have to do double duty sometime in the next week for Loki, because we'll both be out of town at different points in time.
Yeah,
this next week, but we'll get episodes out to you all. Don't worry. Just may not be Monday.
May not
but
be. Bear with us.
Bear with us. This has been Everyman's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. And wherever you guys are, have a good morning, good evening, good night, and be good to each other.
Oh, and hey, Silent Coda, thank you so much for joining us again.
I'm gonna doodle. All right.
All right, great.
Yeah.
See ya.
See you guys.
Nerd Coke, rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd Coke, rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made up word. MCs shied away from